We all like a good buzz sometimes, but when it comes to our guitars, I think we more tend to feel this way. But how do I fix it once I figure out where the buzz is? Good question. The first step would be hit the like and subscribe button. You won't miss any of my future videos that will go into deep detail on all the steps you learned today. So being said, let's get started with the fun stuff. All right, so the first step is understanding there's 5 different locations in order to figure out where the buzz is coming from. Plus, there's also 2 that a lot of people forget about. But I want to start off kind of getting you into the mind frame of how simple this really is. And the easiest way is what I call the A to Z method. A is your nut, Z is your bridge. You have a string that goes across and it's a straight line. As long as there's nothing causing interference, you have a perfect vibrating, ringing note. Now, whenever you have something that obstructs that string between point A to Z, you'll have fret buzz. And one of the first areas that I always check is the truss rod. If your guitar has too much relief, that's more than likely not going to be your issue of buzz, but you will have a hell of a time trying to play your guitar because more than likely, your strings are pretty high up off the frets. The second would be back bow. Now that can be your enemy. Back bow has the tendency, if there's too much, can cause the strings to vibrate against the frets. Your goal is to have a straight with just the minimum amount of relief that you can get away with in order to make sure everything's set up correctly. The next step you want to check is your nut. If your nut is cut too low, it will cause massive buzz on the open strings and possibly fret 1 through 3. So you'll just want to check it by holding down the 3rd fret and just tapping on the 1st fret and see if you have very minimum distance between the string and the fret. You should hear just barely a little click. And moving on to the 3rd one is your actual action. If your strings are too low, again, the same problem. We'll have issues with the frets touching the strings, causing vibration. 4th one is your frets. If you have high frets or low frets, will cause buzzing. Also, the biggest thing to check for is raised frets. You can take a piece of paper and if you can slide it up underneath the fret, then you have a raised fret. And your 5th one is pickup height. Pickups are magnets, and strings will do magnet things with the strings. So if your pickups are too high, it can literally cause vibration and create a buzzing sound from having too high of pickups. So now let's get to the 2 bonus checks. The first one is your saddles. I have came across a few guitars that we could not figure out where the heck the rattling was coming from, but it was the actual saddle. The saddle itself was loose within the screw, which was causing vibration from the string and causing the rattling sound. The second one is very rare, but it happens. It's the actual string tree. I've seen string trees actually cause vibration. So there you have it. There's 7 basic things to kind of look for when you're trying to hunt down your buzz. I hope it helps. I'm not a very good instructor, so stay tuned for the next set of videos because we're going to dive in deeper into actually doing setups, doing fret work, and go into more detailed explanation on everything. So until the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.